Hello, my name is Amy Tanazi, and I am the Youth Services Coordinator for the Rifle Branch of Garfield County Libraries. And I'm here today with a Take and Make workshop which focuses upon the early literacy practice of read. In 2019 and 2020, Garfield County Libraries received a Growing Readers Together grant from the Temple Hoyne Buell Foundation. The purpose of this grant is to provide early literacy activities and resources for family, friends, and neighbors. We call them FFNs. So for family, friends, and neighbors who care for children under the age of 6. This initiative was created to support local public libraries as they identify, locate, and build partnerships with the FFN caregivers in their community. And then through this connection with their local public library, the hope is that FFNs can better support the early literacy development of their young charges. And then likewise, libraries hope to expand and enrich their early literacy services to the community. Garfield County Libraries has used our grants in several different ways. We've created early literacy kits that highlight the 5 early literacy practices of read, write, talk, sing, and play. Each library branch in Garfield County has these kits, and they're available for checkout for anyone with a library card. And towards the end of this presentation, I will show you our read kit. And then, as well as that, we have put together make and take workshops, which are meant to provide caregivers with early literacy activities to make during the workshop, keep and take home to use with the children that they care for. And then, of course, because of COVID-19, we've had to change our in-person workshops, and now we're doing them as virtual workshops. So the idea is you'll watch the workshop, and then you can come into whichever library is your local library and pick up a kit that has all the supplies to make the highlighted activity of each session. They're first come, first serve. So first come, first serve while supplies last. In today's workshop, I'll be highlighting the early literacy skill of read, or practice of read. Now, I think it's important to define what do we mean by early literacy. So early literacy is what children know about reading and writing before they actually read and write. And why is early literacy important? Oh, it's so very important. Children that are introduced to reading early on in their lives tend to read much earlier and excel in school, much more so when compared to children who are not exposed to language and books at a young age. We often like to focus on the 6 early literacy skills, which are print awareness, print motivation, letter knowledge, vocabulary, phonological awareness, and narrative skills. What do these things mean? Well, print awareness is for children to be noticing print everywhere, knowing how a book works, and understanding that print has meaning and is useful. And then print motivation is just taking an interest in books and enjoying books. Letter knowledge is the ability to recognize and name letters and pronounce the sounds they make. Vocabulary is knowing the names of things, understanding the meanings of words. Vocabulary is very important. Phonological awareness is being able to hear and play with the smaller sounds in words, and to hear and use rhyme, song, things like that. Narrative skills would be an ability to understand and tell stories, describe events. Maybe even though a child can't read, they can look at the pictures and tell a story from the pictures in the book. These seem like they could be complicated, but really it's not. And we break it down into 5 early literacy practices. So it's not complicated at all. What can you do? Well, with your child, We play together, we read together, we sing together, we talk together, and we write together. Why are these things important? Well, play. Play with your children. Be silly, be active, be a child yourself. Play is one of the primary ways that young children learn about the world. And having a general knowledge of the world is a very important literacy skill. It helps them understand books and stories once they do begin to read. Read to your child anytime, every day, anywhere. Reading together, shared reading, remains the single most effective way to help children become proficient readers. Sing. Yes, sing to your child. Sing in the car, sing in the tub, make up songs. Just sing. Singing, which also includes rhyming, increases children's awareness of and their sensitivity to the sounds in words. And it helps them prepare them to decode print written language. Singing. Talk. Talk is so important. You can talk about anything. You talk about everything. Use every opportunity you can to talk. Talking with children helps them to learn oral language, which is one of the most critical early literacy skills. And writing. Writing is so important. Practicing with pencils, scribbling with crayons, even if they don't know how to do their letters yet, scribbling and practicing has so many benefits. And writing and reading go together. Writing helps children learn that letters and words stand for sounds and that print does have meaning. So in order for your children to grow smart, it is a must for them to become bookworms early. And the benefits of reading to children cannot be overemphasized. It's so very important. You can form your children's reading habit by starting them early. In fact, you can read to your child in the womb, when they're babies, when they're in preschool, and just start as early as you possibly can. And the loving environment that is created by reading to young children will help them associate reading with your warmth, and it conditions their minds to feel that reading is a positive and pleasurable activity, which it is. So, I'd like to give you some tips and tricks that you can use when you're reading to your child. First one, get excited. Be excited about books and reading. I mean, we all know that enthusiasm is infectious, and if you are excited, your child would become excited too. This book here, Dinosaur versus the Potty by Bob Shea, this is a great book in which to get excited talking with your child. Oh my gosh, dinosaur versus potty? What? Oh my goodness, that's silly. Who do you think would win in a dinosaur versus a potty? I don't know. I think I want to read this book and find out. Let's find out. Enthusiasm. Get excited. Reading with expression is so important. Your facial expressions, the expressions in your voice is incredibly important. This book, What Will Fat Cat Sit On? Is by Jan Thomas. It is a great book. It is funny. It is hilarious. It's so easy to use expression in your voice with this book. What will Fat Cat sit on? Will Fat Cat sit on the chicken? Uh-oh, the chicken's worried. No, Fat Cat will not sit on the chicken. So, reading with expression. Another thing that is really great to do, point to the pictures and talk about them. Talk about what you're reading. Freight Train by Donald Cruz. This is a good example here. You point to the pictures and talk to them. Make it relatable to the child. For instance, hey, look at that picture there. Doesn't that look a lot like your toy train? Is it different than your toy train, or do you think it's the same? Are the colors the same? Oh, what color is the caboose on the end there? And throughout the book, just ask questions of your child and let them answer. It's important. Another thing is choose some books that have rhymes, wordplay, books that perhaps you can sing. That's really good. This book here, 10 Little Fingers and 10 Little Toes, is a good one by Minvox. Rhyming and singing teaches children how language works, and it helps them to notice and work with the sounds that are within words. So, for instance, in this book, and both of these babies, as everyone knows, has 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. See how catchy that is? That'll be catchy to your child's ears. Another thing you can do, there's books that you can sing, or you can even sing this book. You could say, and both of these babies, as everyone knows, has 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. Just makes the book so much more fun, and they get so much out of it. And another important one is make reading to your child a daily habit. If you incorporate reading into your daily routine, it will become a cherished part of every day. Every day. And don't be surprised if your child wants to read their favorite book over and over and over and over and over again, like The Very Hungry Caterpillar. It's such a fun book that why wouldn't you want to read that over and over again? And there's great benefit to that also. So even though you might get tired of it, just keep on reading that story every time they want to hear it. All right. So here you can see some of our early literacy totes. We do have 5 for each practice. A few of them are checked out. So here I've got the read tote, the write tote, and the talk tote. These totes have usually about 5 books in. They might have a CD and a book that goes along with it. Maybe a puppet, something like that. Some of them have and I'll show you on the next one what we have here. So this is the read tote, which is what we're talking about today, read. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. There's also an ABC book that is a CD to listen to. They have some music on there. There is a dinosaur puppet that goes along with how do dinosaurs learn to read. And there's also a little keyring that has the alphabet and corresponding, A with an apple on it that they can look through. So they're really a lot of fun. And each, again, as I said, each branch has one of each of these for checkout. So just, stop by your branch and check them out. Get them for 3 weeks. And then today, the corresponding project, Take and Make project, is Popsicle Stick Vowels. This is kind of what it looks like. And vowels, A-E-I-O-U. And then there are words that go along with there, like A's for airplane and apple. So you would cut these out. There's also sticky tabs, double-sided sticky tabs. You put one side on the stick, the other side on the circle, the letter circle, and then put it on the popsicle stick. And it's a way they can start learning their letters. They can start learning the sounds within the vowels. You can even use this to talk to your child. Look at that. There's an airplane. Have you ever flown on an airplane? Would you like to fly an airplane? I think that'd be fun. Hey, there's an ant. Oh, do you remember that time we went on a picnic and the ant crawled into our food? Yuck. Apples. Oh, I love apples. Do you love apples? So there's so many different ways that you can use this activity that will be very helpful and benefit your child. This is what the kits look like. So when you come into the library, you'll get this bag. You take it home. You make your activity. And you're going to have fun with your kid, and they're going to learn a lot also. So that is it. I hope that you got something out of this presentation, and come on into your library and get your Take and Make kit.